Well, we have a guest star today.
Yeah.
Jimmy's doing work on his house, and he couldn't get around to doing it. But today is February 8th. It's Tuesday. It's time for our No Tag Tuesday. It's usually with Jimmy and Sandy, but today it's with Jim and Sandy, or as you call me,
Sandra.
But anyway, the questions this week were from Tracy over at Trials of a Long-Haired Girl. Go over and check her channel out and give her some love, give her some subscription love. Also go in the description box down below and check out all the channels. Usually the people in the box down below usually do the videos, but you know, check on them and see. And then next week is Jimmy's turn. It's Let's Get Fit, my channel's turn, but Jimmy is insisting that he's going to do the questions, so I can only imagine what they'll be.
Can't hardly wait.
If he's anything like his dad, we need to be afraid. Be very afraid.
You may have to censor.
Yes, that would be from his mother. Jim never swears in front of me. Do you, Jim?
Not very often.
No. And I hardly ever swear. At all. But we'll leave it on that. Number one, these are no tag questions. She decided to do a different type of questions all in one no tag. Number one, Valentine's Day. Is it overhyped or a fun day to spread the love?
Overhyped. Just a made-up day.
We got engaged on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, February 14th. Okay.
Which was Valentine's Day.
Just happened to be.
You happened to be home on leave. Tell them about your best leave that you ever had.
My best
The
leave.
quickest leave you ever had. Quickest turnaround.
Quickest turnaround.
And I don't think it was on this weekend.
No, I don't know what weekend it was on.
He did come home. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. He did come home to propose to me on Valentine's weekend and gave me the ring. Well, we didn't get the ring right away. He proposed to me on Valentine's Day. But he probably won't even know this, but I bring it up every time I see it happen. What is it that you didn't do that I always say you should have done?
Got down on one knee.
Yeah, he didn't do that. He didn't do that. Did you even ask my dad?
I don't remember.
I don't think he did because he was afraid of my dad.
Yeah.
But anyway, tell him about your best leave.
My
quickest leave.
If it's the one that you're thinking
Yes, I'm
of.
sure it is.
I came home from leave. I flew home and spent my leave, however long it was, a week or whatever, and flew back to Fort Knox. Got back to Fort Knox. The next morning when I woke up, they called for me in the first sergeant's office. So I go into the first sergeant's office and he says, "Okay, Carrico, you have to sign your leave papers." And I figured it was because I just got back off leave the night before. So I signed the papers and he says, "Okay, I'll see you in a week." I go, "What?" He says, "I'll see you in a week." I says, "I just got back last night off leave." He said, "Well, you got another one." So I said, "Oh, okay." Well, I went back up to my bunk and I'm talking to the guys and I'm saying, "I ain't got no money. What am I going to do? I got to leave."
You don't have to leave. You could have just stayed.
No, I could have just stayed
Yeah.
there. You know, they still would have had to feed me and I had a place to sleep and everything, but they said, "Put your uniform on and hitchhike home." Well, my dad had dropped me off at the airport on his way to work, okay? And he was working midnights at or I forget what he was working.
I think he was working midnight.
I think he was working midnights, okay? Anyways, it worked out that I ended up hitchhiking home with no money in my pocket. And I got home and I was laying on the couch and I heard my dad come in from work And he went into the bedroom and he asked my mother, when did Jimmy get home? And she said, no, he went home yesterday. And he says, well, he's laying on the couch right now. I got home before my dad got home from work, the way it turned out. Anyways, so then he asked me the next morning how I got there. And I said, well, I hitchhiked because I have no money. And he asked, well, how you getting home? Or how you getting back? And I said, well, I was kind of hoping to fly back. So my parents had to foot my airplane fee so I could get back to the post.
Jim had many a time where he would leave on a Friday and could be back on a Monday. He had it easy. He lucked out on everything because
I did.
he didn't go to Vietnam.
No.
You stayed stateside the whole time. Anyway, but he did propose to me on Valentine. I think one thing we got to remember is we got to answer all the questions because Jimmy always keeps me from answering all the questions. It's never my fault. It's Jimmy's fault that we don't answer all the
Right.
questions. But anyway, I think it's overhyped myself. But maybe it's just because we're older. When I was younger, I guess Sweetest Day I think is the biggest overhype, more so than Valentine's Day. That's an
Mother-in-law's day.
There's no mother-in-law's day.
Yeah, there is. I forget when it is, but there's a mother-in-law's day. It's just made up shit.
Anyway, he's not the least bit cynical. Number 2, what do you prefer receiving on Valentine's Day? Chocolate or other candies, going out to dinner, getting some jewelry, going to the movie, having some flowers, getting some clothing, or just a card?
Well, you can't go wrong with chocolate.
You can never go wrong with chocolate. Never, never.
That should be a breakfast food.
I agree. I so agree. Well, I don't like getting cards. Oh, I should take that back. I don't mind getting cards. I don't like giving cards because to me it's a waste of money.
True.
So now we're to the point that we ask each other, is this a card occasion? And then we decide if we're going to get a card. Although this year I did spring for 50 cents and got him a Christmas card.
She did. But I didn't get her one.
No, he didn't get me one. But I was fine with that. But I'm not a big jewelry person. We go to the movies. We haven't been to the movies in 2 years.
Yeah, since COVID.
Yeah. But really, I haven't seen anything at the movies that I really wanted to go see. I always like flowers, though.
True.
Hint, hint. I do like flowers. Jim always gets me a single rose, though, all the time. Number 3, what do you usually get on... Oh, here we go. What do you usually get on Valentine's Day? Chocolate, dinner, jewelry, movie, flowers, clothing, or card, or nothing?
Oh, sometime a Reese's peanut butter bunny.
No, that's for Easter.
Oh.
This is Valentine's Day.
Oh,
we're still on Valentine's Day.
Well, sometimes I get that.
Not a bunny, but I'd give you chocolate.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll get candy for them, but like I said, we're not big on that. We're just not romantic, I guess.
No.
I don't think we ever really were. We're not the romantic side, like.
Not like the movies.
No, especially Jim's movies. Jim's movies can really get into the romantics because he likes the 30s and 40s movies. Number 4, kisses or hugs? Like, would you rather have a kiss or a hug, not the candy? Because his mind is on chocolate right now.
Yeah, probably kisses.
Well, we know I'm going to pick kisses because am I a hugger?
No.
No, I'm not a hugger. Are you a hugger?
No.
No. So we're the perfect match. We're not huggers. But my kids all are huggers. I don't know, maybe we would deprive them or something.
Could be.
Oh well. Suck it up. Number 5, do you decorate for Valentine's Day?
No.
No. Do you like when the kids decorate for Valentine's Day at school?
Definitely not. As a matter of fact,
Jim's a custodian.
I'm a part-time custodian that works closer to full-time. And I'm taking the rest of this week off because I'm having oral surgery. And I told the gal, I says, I'll call her Monday if I'm gonna go back to, if I can make it back to work.
Monday's Valentine's Day.
Well, let me finish the story. When I was at work this afternoon, I looked at the calendar and I says, wait a minute, Monday is Valentine's Day. I told the guy at work, I says, I'll probably be taking Monday off too.
Because he's a custodian at elementary schools primarily.
Yes.
He doesn't like doing the high schools. So he's primarily at
So they're going to be having all kinds of parties and
glitter and
candy wrappers all over the floor.
yeah. He don't want to earn his keep that day.
No.
But we don't decorate around the house here either for Valentine's Day. Number 6. Do you prefer a handmade card or a store-bought card? Neither.
It doesn't matter. Either one is fine with me.
From the grandkids, I always tell them I'd like a handmade card because
Yes.
I do like those. Because it's nice to look back at them and then see and show them when they get older. Well, and they thought they had produced a work of art, and then they look at it and they go,
Of course, I do still have David's card that he gave me.
You do?
Yes.
Why don't you go get it? We'll be right back. We were raised by two entirely different women. My mother would always just say, just stick it in a drawer. We'll think about it later on. Jim's mother always said, there's a place for everything and everything in its place. Jim still lives by that philosophy. I still live by my mother's philosophy. So Jim was able to go right and pick out whatever it was. Now, I do have things from the kids, but we don't have time to wait for me to decide where I put them. So anyway.
This is from Alyssa. I'm assuming that's supposed to be 2014.
Yes. Show them. I don't know if it'll show up. It might go backwards on that. I don't know if it shows
It
up
might
backwards.
show up right.
Yeah, that's 2014. It's a birthday card.
Yes. And it's got different animals that she drew. But then
In
this,
2014, she would have been 7.
and then this is a happy birthday card from David.
I think he says to open.
But all those circles are supposed to be targets, and he's got this. He drew the safety glasses, the earmuffs, and the gun. Oh, and the bullets. And then on the inside, he drew a target with all the shots in the middle of the targets, and he drew a gun and a bow and an arrow because he knows that's the kind of stuff I like.
I don't know how old he was when he did that. Well, it would have been about the time you started taking him shooting, which he would have been, what, 11?
Oh no, I started taking David shooting when he was 5.
Yeah, he does take them when they're young. Teaches them safety, gun safety early on.
Yeah, 22 it's easy.
Yeah. Anyway, so he prefers a homemade card. I prefer, it doesn't matter. Number 7. Do you think people who have dated can always stay friends?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I think so too. I don't see why they can't. I mean, unless it was really a bad breakup or something. And I believe, and Jim believes too, that, I'm going to speak for you.
Oh, thanks. I need it.
Yeah, that men and women can be friends without it getting romantic. Because Jim's got female friends, and I
Yes.
have male friends, and it never dawns on me to think of them as other than a friend. So, and Jim's the same way. We don't get jealous. Maybe we should.
Nah, too old.
Yeah, we don't care. But even when we were younger, we always had, and like I always say that Jim and I have different lives in a way. I mean, we obviously live together and all that good stuff, but number 8, who are you? I almost missed the one. You were talking and you messed me up there. Number 8, who are you celebrating Valentine's Day with this year?
Probably you. because I ain't going to work.
Yeah. Maybe, and you never go out to eat on Valentine's Day.
No.
Unless you're very young and you don't care about waiting forever. You don't even get a carry out. Valentine's Day, Super Bowl Day, and New Year's Day. Those are like the worst days to get carry out. You're just always waiting. So we'll be spending it together, probably watching TV. Number 9, what was your favorite Valentine's Day memory?
I would.
I just know what he's going to say. I thought
You
mine
know
right
what
away.
her name is, right?
Go ahead.
What are the initials? You should know the initials.
I forget.
B and B.
No, I forgot then.
Bonita Bucky.
Oh, Bonita Bucky, his very first girlfriend. How could I have forgotten Bonita Bucky? What a name. I'm sure she got teased in school. That was Jim's first girlfriend, Bonita Bucky. How could I forget? I just remember my first boyfriend's name was Bobby, but I couldn't tell you what his last name is. But if he had a name like Bonita Bucky, I think I'd remember that. That's your favorite Valentine's memory? I thought it was the day that you proposed to me, and I said yes, knowing that your whole life ahead of you was going to be filled with joy and
Well,
debt.
you didn't let me finish.
Joy and debt.
You didn't let me finish.
Go ahead, finish.
But being engaged to you would surpass everything.
There. Very good, very good. I would say my favorite Valentine's memory is the day that Jim asked me to get married. Although, you know what? It was kind of like I think that's one of the reasons I'll give him this, that he didn't get down on one knee, is because it was something we always talked about. It was like, it always came up in conversations, but we both didn't want to get engaged before he went into the service because we didn't know what that was going to entail. And then we got engaged the year before we got married, so we got engaged in 1970. But even though he was still in the service.
Yeah. And people back in our day, they didn't get engaged the way they do now with skywriting and at a concert and everything like that.
Yeah.
You just said, do you want to get married? Yeah, okay.
Actually, when we went to pick out my engagement ring and the wedding rings, because I picked out Jim's wedding ring, his mom and dad went with us.
Well, yeah, my dad had to go with us because he knew the jeweler.
Right, but your mom didn't have to go, but I didn't have a problem that she went. But I mean,
right.
So it was like a foursome going to pick out my engagement ring. But I picked out my own ring. Jim kind of showed me a couple that he liked.
That I could afford.
I think I kind of went over the other thing though. And it's a beautiful ring. It's a gorgeous ring. I just don't wear it. I'm not a jewelry person. I wore it for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Jim wore his wedding ring for a couple of years.
Till I lost it.
Lost it. Maybe he was out with Bonita Bucky.
Yeah,
and he lost it.
Could be.
Could have lost it then.
If you're out there, Bonita Bucky, that went to St. Veronica, give me a call.
Yeah. Never mind. Number 10. What movie? Oh, this is going to be a hard one for you to pick. What movie would you rather watch on Valentine's Day? Pretty Woman or You've Got Mail?
What are the choices?
Pretty Woman or You've Got Mail? Pretty Woman is with Julia Roberts and Richard Gere. Remember, she's the prostitute, and he brings her into the room and gives her the...
Yeah, okay, that one, because I never heard of the other one.
Oh, the other
either.
one, the other one was with Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan, where she had a bookstore, and they always had You Got Mail was like in her computer all the time.
Yeah, okay.
If you had to pick a movie that's not listed, what movie would you pick for Valentine's Day? I'm sure you got an old-time movie that's Valentine's related. I would pick You Got Mail.
I don't think any of my movies are Valentine's related.
None of your Errol Flynn and Olivia de Havilland ones?
No.
Robin Hood would be like a Valentine's Day one.
Yeah, there we go. It shot through the heart.
Anyway, thank you, Jim, for substituting for Jimmy. Jimmy will be back next week. We'll have to nail him down a little bit quicker. We are still planning on doing our Ask Us Anything tomorrow, so we'll still have that going up. hopefully. He's supposed to come by and let me know. And Jimmy's going to do the questions next week because it's our turn. And once again, check out all the channels down below. You won't be disappointed. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, like, share.
And mimeograph.
Talk to you guys soon.